we're here today to talk and show how a Goodall start-all works. We have a 12-volt model, and all the new models perform and are used the same way. Today we have a model 610, which is a 700 amp starting unit. And there's several things I'll talk about first before I do hook it up and start it. One, the starting unit, when you clamp on these clamps, it has a indicator to make sure that the polarity is hooked up right, which protects the vehicle and the starting unit itself. The top light will show you when it's hooked up correctly. A green light will come on. If you're hooked up backwards, it'll have a red light. And they have a third light that if the battery is low, it will light up also and show you that. The second thing the starting unit does have is a voltage limit, which has a voltage control in it, so it protects the electronics on the vehicle. The third thing that you can do with the starting unit, or that protects it, is if you were to accidentally turn it off or it ran out of gas, it will open up the connections and it'll protect the vehicle that you're jump starting, and it'll also protect the start-all. The fourth thing, that when you're using a starting unit, when you do hook up, we do have a volt gauge here so that you're able to see what the volts are on the battery before you jump start, and after you're done jump starting and it's running, you want to look at that again to see what the volts are afterwards. Why? You want to make sure that the alternator is charging the battery, so it'll charge it up so that you can be sure that it will run after you get done jump starting. So I'm going to start the engine first, let that warm up so it has good power when we're going to use it. Then I'll hook on the clamps and turn it on and we'll start the vehicle. Okay, I'm going to hook on the positive first and then the ground. I have a green light, so I'm hooked up correctly. And if you'll notice, the volt gauge also shows just around 12 volts, so I'm hooked up. So that's two indicators. I'm going to increase the throttle. I'm going to then energize the start unit, and we're going to turn it on. You can notice the volts increased, and we're also showing amps here, so you can see that it is producing power. Go ahead and start the vehicle. Okay, hit start. Now throttle it down, turn it on. Now volts are much higher now than they were before we started it. I'm going to disconnect it and then I'm going to turn off the starting unit. Also, one thing, when you're anytime you're around a battery or jump starting, please wear safety protection. I have eye protection, I have a hat, I have gloves, and I also have long sleeves. Thank you.